What is going on YouTube? It is Quick Snoopy, and today I am bringing you a 2017 updated Dota 2 guide for beginners. Now I made a video similar to this last year, but that was like almost a year ago, and since then a lot of things have changed, especially now that the new 7.0 update is out. I want to make sure all the information is current, that it's relevant, and if you're looking into possibly playing Dota in 2017, this is the video for you. I'm going to give you guys all the information you need to start playing Dota and kind of some advice and feedback and stuff. So now if you don't already have Dota downloaded and installed, it's free to get on Steam. And you have to download Steam as well, and again, it's really easy to do, really self-explanatory, and you'll be able to download it from the website. But other than that, once you have it pulled up, you're going to see this screen. Now Dota stands for Defense of the Ancients. Now this is Dota 2. So the first one was actually like a Warcraft 3 mod. So now you guys kind of know what Dota means if you were ever curious. I know some people aren't exactly 100% sure, but yeah, Defense of the Ancients 2. So on the top left, when you're at the main menu here, you're going to see a cog or like a little wheel. You're going to want to click on that. And when you click on it, it's going to bring up your settings. So this is going to be your hotkey options, videos, and audio. So if you ever need to adjust your audio, maybe it's too loud, or you want to adjust your video settings or your options, or any of your keyboard controls, you'll be able to do that from here. And so you'll be able to do that, and whatever is best for you, whatever is more comfortable or works best. So once you're done doing that, at the top you'll see you have a Learn tab. Now if we click on this, and I already wanted to check and make sure everything is relevant, and this is really cool because it actually brought something that I was going to mention in this video already in the tutorial. So the first one is going to be your mechanics. That's going to be purchasing items from the shop, camera and movement control, basic combat, leveling up abilities, and ability usage. The second one is going to be Dragon Knight. And it gives you a description too. Dragon Knight is a melee strength hero. Strength heroes tend to have more health and health regeneration than heroes of other classes, making them more resilient to both physical attacks and spells. These heroes gain bonus attack damage for each additional point in strength. So anyways, that needs to be updated a little bit, but what I really like about it is it gives you that he is a melee strength hero, and it gives you what strength heroes are basically. Now we'll look at Sniper. Sniper is a ranged agility hero. Agility heroes tend to have more armor and attack speed than heroes of other classes, making them perfect bearers of powerful attack damage items. So basically, Sniper is going to be doing a lot of damage. And that's not to say that Dragon Knight can't, because Dragon Knight can definitely do a lot of damage. But again, agility heroes are going to have that attack speed as well. Now Shadow Shaman is a ranged intelligence hero. They tend to have more mana and mana regeneration than heroes of other classes, making them ideal for ability focused roles. So you're going to see a lot of spells and abilities coming from heroes that are intelligent based, and those are going to be the three main attributes. They're going to be strength, agility, and intelligence. And then you'll be able to do a co-op match as well. You'll be able to play against real people against bots. What's really cool about that is Dota is a team game. You work together as a team, you can communicate together as a team, and it's really all about communication and working together. With that being said, you'll be able to get that feature, that feeling when you're playing a co-op match. You'll be able to communicate with your teammates even though it's still against bots. So it's a great introduction to, you know, here's how the game is, here's how it works as far as teamwork. You know, there's a lot of teamwork that maybe you don't think about when you're playing games like this. But anyways, then you'll also have the ability to do a multiplayer match, and you'll be able to jump into a real match and join random people against another random people. Now Dota is a 5-on-5, so there's 10 people total, 5 on each team, and you're basically competing to destroy the other team's base, or the Ancient. There's also an items tab up here too, and you can click, and if you're bored or you're interested at some of the items, these are really good to look at and just kind of learn. I kind of think about, hey, you know, some heroes can use, you know, Trinkle Boots. They give 12 HP regeneration. That's pretty good, you know. So just kind of think about this, you know, if you're ever curious about an item, you're able to look everything up here as well. Now on the right, there's going to be a map here, and I'll go over the map later on in this video as well, but I'll briefly talk about it. There's going to be 3 lanes. You're going to have a top, middle, and bottom lane. Like I said, there's 2 teams, and so the middle lane is going to be straight across. You're going to usually have 1 person mid on each team, and that's typically how the mid lane works. But we'll go over that later on. Like I said, here's a map if you're ever curious. There's also like runes, and there's a Roshan, which is going to be like the boss kind of. And he'll drop this thing called Aegis of the Immortal, and that will basically give you an extra life. You'll be able to come back to life. So now, once you've already done the tutorials or the items, like I said, the tutorials are really nice because some people are hands-on. They want to kind of be able to do things themselves, kind of learn by doing, and some people are really like visual learners. Now for me, I really like to do both. I like to watch something, kind of learn from watching, and then put that knowledge into the game and use my abilities to play Dota, and especially from what I've learned. So this guide will prepare you for that. I'll give you the knowledge you need to play Dota, and you'll be able to jump into a game and kind of be able to understand and feel things yourself. Because once you start playing Dota a little bit more, you'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Especially after watching this video, you'll already be ahead of a lot of people. So Dota can be a frustrating game because it's a little bit difficult. There's a lot of different heroes or characters in this game. What makes this game different from League of Legends, one of many things, is that actually all of these heroes are going to be free. In League of Legends, you actually have to buy the champions. So when all the heroes are free, it can kind of seem overwhelming at once. It's like, what hero do I want to play? Well, we already went over, what strength heroes were, agility heroes, and intelligence heroes. But let's look at a few of the heroes here. So I'll pull a Dragon Knight, since he was the one that we kind of looked at earlier. We'll take a look at this. Now, if you hover over the diamond, it's basically the complexity level, or how difficult Dragon Knight is to play. And Dragon Knight isn't that difficult to play. He's actually a really good hero if you know how to play him. That's pretty much, like I said, once you kind of get the hang of playing a hero, you'll feel more confident and you'll do a lot better with that hero. It's just overwhelming because there's so many of them, especially if you're new or trying to learn the game. It can be a lot to kind of understand. So, but good thing is Dragon Knight, if you look, it has 1 diamond. So the ability mechanics are fairly straightforward to execute. We also know he's a melee and he's a carry. So what a carry is going to be is it means you will become more useful later in the game if you gain a significant gold advantage. And the way you're going to get gold is by destroying the enemy's tower, by killing creeps or like the little minions that walk around, and getting the last hit on those is going to be able to give you the gold for that. You're also going to be a pusher. A pusher means you can quickly siege and destroy towers at barracks at all points of the game. Dragon Knight is durable. You have the ability to last longer in team fights. Dragon Knight is also a disabler. You have guaranteed disable for 1 or more of their spells. And you're an initiator, so you're good at starting a team fight. And you're also a nuker. A nuker is going to be somebody who can quickly kill enemy heroes using high damage spells with low cooldowns. So like I said, Dragon Knight is like really good. You have the ability to last longer in fights. You're a carry. You can push. You can disable and stun the other team. He kind of has like an all-in-one. Everything you need to really destroy an enemy. And most heroes are going to have 4 abilities. And what's really cool is that now they added the talent tree. Now, I believe Heroes of the Storm has something similar to this, is what I've been told, but I haven't played Heroes of the Storm, so I don't, like, quote me on that. But basically, a talent tree we'll go over later in the video, but when you hit certain levels, you get to choose certain attributes or features you'd like to add to your hero. So you can see Dragon Knight at level 10. An example is you get to choose either 20 attack speed or plus 6 strength. And so depending on how the game is going, you might need more attack speed, you might need more strength. I'm not going to tell you that one is better than the other. You really have to just kind of analyze and say, okay, do I need strength, or do I need armor, do I need, health, and that kind of stuff. Because Dragon Knight is already a strength hero. Remember that. So you can kind of look into this a little bit more, look into his abilities if you're curious about playing Dragon Knight. Really good hero for beginners. Another good hero for beginners is going to be Omni Knight. Still a strength hero. You're looking at 1 diamond or 1 complexity. So Omni Knight is really easy to use. It's a melee, support, durable, and a nuker. So we already know what durable and nuker is, but a support is actually going to be someone who can focus less on amassing golden items and more on using their abilities to gain an advantage for the team. So you're not going to need a lot of gold. You're not going to need a lot of items really to have a good impact on the game. Most carriers are going to need some gold, if not a lot of gold, to really kind of impact the game. You know, as Omni Knight, as a support, you need very little gold, and you're able to help out your team a lot in fights. And again, that's because he's a support, so he does have some healing abilities. He also has a passive slow aura, and you also have his ultimate, which is going to be like protecting your team from physical damage. So there are different damage types as well. You have physical and magical damage. So that's kind of, we'll go over that later. I know it can be a little like overwhelming, so I'm trying to explain everything and kind of take my time and not rush through it. Somebody else we'll go ahead and look at is going to be a Phantom Assassin, which is going to be another carry, melee and escape. Really easy to play, again, and Phantom Assassin is going to need some gold to really become effective in the game, but a really good carry if you're looking to possibly playing a carry position for Dota. Like I said, there's different positions, so a carry is going to be a good one with PA. Let's look at some intelligence heroes. The one I'll show you is going to be, let's show Crystal Maiden. So we have another level 1 complexity, really easy, ranged support, disabler, nuker, and if you notice, it actually has listed as a jungler. And a jungler is someone who can farm effectively from neutral creeps inside the jungle early in the game. Now if you look actually at the roles here, it's only like a level 1 or like a 1 bar jungler. Most people do not tend to join the jungle with Crystal Maiden. She's not really that good of a jungler hero, but I mean, I guess it's Dota, anything's possible, and you know, there are endless possibilities. You can come up with crazy items and, you know, for heroes, and they might actually work. So it's all about like experimenting and learning what works best for you. My personal opinion, I would not jungle with Crystal Maiden, but so you can see all these other heroes here. I'll show you another one, Queen of Pain, ranged, carry, nuker, and escape, a level 2 complexity. So this will be an example of somebody who's level 2. It's still a carry, but you also have a lot of nuke damage, a lot of magic damage is coming from Queen of Pain, and also some pure damage as well. And that's going to be the third type of damage is the pure. So pure, magical, and physical damage. So anyways, you can see she's also like a level 3 escape. She's really easy to escape. She has like a W ability, which is going to allow her to jump in and out of combat, basically. So with that being said, those are pretty much all the different heroes. Now let's go ahead and look at some of the map. I know this map can seem a little like confusing at first, but I did make some changes. So now on the bottom you'll see the Radiant, and on the top you'll see the Dire. So the Radiant is going to be like the green, the Dire is going to be like the red. I don't know if that really will help you remember it all, but on the Radiant side, on the bottom is going to be considered the safe lane. Now the way you would know that you have the safe lane is if you look at the map, you're going to see a lot of those dots. And those dots are going to be jungle camps. So you're going to see a small, medium, and hard. You don't need to worry about the numbers or the times on it too much. But if you just know that those are the jungle, then you can match. The jungle will always be on the safe lane, if that makes any sense. And the side shop is going to be on the bottom right. So there's a side shop on the bottom right and top left, if you're on Radiant. So briefly I'll explain. I'm referring to Radiant when I'm talking about all of this, but so the side shops and the secret shops, which I have both marked on the map, there's 2 side shops and 2 secret shops. You'll be able to purchase some items there. Not all items are going to be available at the side shop, and not all items are going to be available at the secret shop. You will have a courier which can bring you the items, and usually the support will buy the courier, but anyone can buy it. So between the courier and the side shop and secret shop, you'll be able to buy all the items you need from there. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew like the side shops and the secret shops. And then you're going to see the shrines as well. There's going to be a total of, well, there's going to be a shrine near the secret shop for both Radiant and Dire. So for both teams, they're going to have a shrine near the secret shop, and they're also going to have one in their jungle. And those are going to be like the light blue dots. There are also going to be 2 power-up runes, and those are going to be things considered like haste runes, double damage, arcane runes. It's the double damage will obviously be double damage. A haste rune is going to be a speed rune, and then the arcane runes are going to make it so your abilities don't cost as much mana. Other than that, those are pretty much the two teams. We're going to have the bases, which is where you respawn. There's a little picture of a house, and those is where the pool or fountain is going to be. If you ever need to go back to buy an item, if the courier is being used or you need to go back and heal, you'll be able to heal up in your base. But other than that, there are a lot of different ancient camps. Now, while we're looking at this map, like I said, there is a lot on this map. I do want to mention that being good at Dota is a lot about time management. You always need to be doing something. This patch and, in general, AFK farming, just kind of like sitting back and, farming the jungle, isn't necessarily a good thing. You always want to be doing something to help out your team, whether it's be pushing a lane and pushing some towers, or, trying to go for a gank and an easy kill, or even Roshan. You'll see Roshan is actually near the top power-up rune. So Roshan is going to be like the boss, and he drops the Aegis the Immortal, and that would give you a second life to whoever's holding it. And it does take 10 minutes for Roshan to respawn. And the Aegis does disappear if not used within the 5-minute time period that it has. But other than that, I believe everything is covered on this map. Like I said, the biggest thing is really just time management and keeping busy, make sure you're always doing something. So let's go ahead and jump into a game, and I'll show you guys everything in action. So we're actually going to go ahead and do a bot match. And the way you can do that is you can actually click on the bottom right where it says Play Dota. Click on that, and you can hit Practice with Bots. And now you can either do this solo or co-op against other players. So I'm going to go ahead and do solo, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to do passive bots. So they're not really going to attack me. And then the teams I'll pick random. It doesn't really matter. I did give you the differences on Radiant and Dire. Like I said, it's just, there are differences, but it's a lot more in depth. So these are all the different heroes and characters you have to play. I did mention one earlier, and that's Crystal Maiden. So I'll go ahead and play Crystal Maiden and show you guys. So on the bottom, you'll see our team composition. Since I'm the only one out of all the bots that I've picked yet, it shows how well we would be together as a team. You kind of really want to make sure your team composition is good, and you don't have too many carries, and you don't have too many supports. We really have to learn to balance things out. So the map is here on the bottom. So if you hover over it, actually it'll say bottom lane, which is the Radiant safe lane. The top lane is going to be the Radiant off lane, and then of course you have the middle lane. So I am on Radiant, and I know that because I'm looking at the map, and I can click here actually, and I can kind of select this zone. Now my teammates are picking, and you see that we have a lot of supports. There we go. So they picked Dragon Knight too. Perfect. So we have a lot of push. We have a good amount of carry, a lot of disables. So everything on there is pretty good. You also have a strategy time. So you can see team composition is here on the right. We have a melee and ranged, and then we also have the strategy map. So if you and your teammates, right, I said it's communication, you can kind of drag and say, okay, they'll probably put Dragon Knight mid, right? It won't even let me drag. Okay, but you can drag the enemy and say, they'll probably put Sniper mid, they'll probably put Lion on top, they'll probably put, you can kind of communicate with your team and figure out, hey, who's going what lane. And some heroes are better in certain lanes. You'll notice that I instantly picked Crystal Maiden on a safe lane. Now, if you remember, Crystal Maiden is a support and not a carry. With that being said, I need to be with a carry and help support the carry, if that makes any sense, right? So I don't need a lot of gold. Now, I could have bought the items during the strategy time, but I'll buy them here. So the courier was already bought, actually. But I did tell you the courier will be able to deliver the items to you. I'm actually not sure why the courier is here, though. So I'll just tell it to come back. So I can choose what abilities do I need. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the Frostbite ability, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy some items. So starting items that are recommended, I'll just go ahead and buy these. and someone else already bought the other ward. So the wards are going to be, you have 2 wards. You're going to have sentry wards and observer wards. Now the observer wards are going to be invisible, and it'll give vision to surrounding areas of your team. It will last 6 minutes. And you can also give it to your teammates too, so it's kind of weird they're putting Tide Hunter mid right now. It's just something that the bots are doing, but... So I'm going to go bottom with Drow Ranger, like I said earlier. And I have this ward, so I'm actually going to place this ward. If you remember on the map, right here was where one of the bounty runes spawned. So I'll go ahead and pick this up, since Drow Ranger didn't pick it up, and I got 100 gold from that. Now with that gold, I can use it to buy more items. So I actually should have bought this earlier, but it's no big deal.
I thought as much.
So if I hover over at Magic Stick, this is a good item actually, because it'll show you guys. It is available at Side Shop. So if you remember earlier, Side Shop is going to be right here, and you're able to purchase it here. So, and then you also have the middle lane, which nobody is there right now. They should be there though. And then top lane, you'll see the Side Shop up here. And here's the way shrine I was telling you about. And now I didn't really explain too much about the way shrines. So the way shrines will actually heal you if you need healing or you're close to it. So I'm not sure if we'll actually be able to get a kill here. Nope. So I'm purposely trying to get low health here. So the creeps are attacking me. Perfect. So now that I'm low health, I'll show you guys the way shrine. So the other one is right here that I mentioned. And it does have a 300-second response time. So, and your whole team will be able to use it too. So, for an example, let's say like my team is low health, right? Drow Ranger is low health and Dragon Knight is low health, or they need mana too. You see that my mana is low and my health is really low. If I actually right-click on the way shrine, I'll activate it and it'll increase my health. So now I have full health. And it's really good if you want to work together as a team and your team needs health. You can just tell them like, hey, let's use the way shrine. So I have this ward right here, right? And I'll go ahead and click on the ward, and then I'll click right here, and you guys will be able to see it provides vision. So if I were to walk away from this, I'll still be able to see this. Now the reason I put it here is actually because if you remember, the power-up rune spawns right here. So with the tangos, or actually you can eat a tree and it'll regenerate health. So tangos are really nice, and so are clarities. That'll regenerate your mana. So I can see Drow has tangos and a healing salve. A healing salve will also heal your health as well. So, and then when I told you we get a last hit on a creep, oh, I failed there. The Drow will probably take the last hit though. So I just got gold from killing the creeps, right? So the creeps are going to give gold, and then again with those, I should have bought the stick, the magic stick from the side shop, but it's fine. So that's kind of like a brief understanding of the map and understanding how things work. Now because I'm low health and I already used the way shrine, I'm going to go ahead and eat the tree, right? And you'll notice my health is going up. And I'm going to see if we can get a kill here actually, just to show you guys. Nope. My team didn't want to go on that.
I thought as much.
Now, when I talked about the jungle earlier, oh, here's the courier. I had the courier coming to me. So if you need the courier to come to you, you actually hit this button right here, and it'll say courier deliver items, and it's on the bottom right.
Swiftly.
But anyways, I was going to show you guys the jungle. So these are the different jungle camps as well. You can see there's one right there. There's one right here. And there's a few more, so if I ever needed the jungle, I could do that here. I also just got another bounty rune as well because my team didn't take it, so I just got some more gold.
I'll not argue.
So it's really just all about doing something all the time, and I'm not playing like super serious. I just wanted to show you guys Dota and how it works, and that's pretty much Dota. I think I covered everything. I want to make sure, but we covered you know, killing creeps, we covered gold, the map, abilities, the different attributes. We covered a lot today. Actually, here's the other bounty rune I was telling you guys about right here too, so I'll go ahead and take that.
I move.
In order to buy something, you'll notice here I have my items at the bottom. What I actually did to do that was you can find the item you want, right? So I'm going to try and get Tranquil Boots. So I'm going to drag it down to the quick buy option, and I'll be able to buy it from the quick buy. So the bots are on passive, so they're not going to attack me. I can go up here and actually buy something. So I went and bought it, and it put it in my backpack. When there are extra inventory slots that are inactive, the items don't give any bonuses, but I can always swap them out by dragging to it.
I thought as much.
I know it is a beginner's guide, and we did cover a lot of information today, but Dota is a very complex and involved game where you work together as a team, and there's a lot of strategy. There's a lot that goes into playing Dota, and I wanted to make sure that we covered the basics. And we're going to continue this series, so please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. I plan to make some more videos kind of going even more in depth than I did today. Like I said, today was really just a basic understanding of the game. There's a lot more information involved in Dota, and it's really a game that will take time to master. You're not going to understand everything in one day or 1 week. It takes lots and lots of time. But I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please be sure to leave a like. If you have any questions, or maybe I didn't cover something that you thought I should have covered in this video, please leave a comment below, or you can send me a tweet on Twitter @QuickSnoopy, and I will try to respond to every single person. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day.